So let's talk about spring training, 6 days away. I hope you're doing well. So spring training is 6 days away. And obviously the Yankees are looking to put the finishing touches on the roster before that if they can. Right. And they're looking at another infielder. Okay, and they're looking at maybe a backup catcher and so on. But they solidified a left-handed bullpen spot yesterday with Tim Hill. And I have a feeling they're going to try to add another lefty reliever. So if you happen to be a baseball fan, obviously, if you're a Yankee fan, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. I don't want you to miss anything. I'll keep you updated. Make sure you turn your notifications on too, and I thank you for it. So I'll be live later on today with Max Coverage TV and Ace Avenue and NFE from the Strike Zone. We're going to break down the newest Baseball America Top 30 Yankees prospects list. So we'll be live at 4:30 Eastern. So come and join us, okay? And we'd love to hear what you're thinking. So, but before that, here's a list, okay? I'm going to put it up here. 26 non-roster invitees were invited to spring training. These guys are not on the 40-man roster, but they're coming to spring training to try out for the team. And keep in mind, the Yankees have had some success with guys who have been non-roster invitees before for spring training. So let's go over this list. Pitchers: Sean Boyle, right-handed pitcher; Colton Brewer; Carlos Carrasco, who just signed a minor league deal with the Yankees; Jeff Hartlieb; Christian Hernandez; Eric Leal. All those guys are right-handed pitchers. Then we got Brandon Leibrandt, lefty; Leonardo Pestana, right-handed pitcher; Eric Raiselman, one of the top prospects in the system, right-handed pitcher; Wilkin Rodriguez, right-handed pitcher; Cam Schlittler, one of the best arms in the system, right-handed pitcher; and Kevin Stevens, a right-handed pitcher. Over to catchers: Rafael Flores is one of the more versatile power bats in the system, draws a lot of similarities to Ben Rice because he does catching and plays first base. He also has the type of power and exit velocity of an Aaron Judge and Spencer Jones. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gains a job eventually as either a DH here or first baseman or backup catcher or to alternate with Austin Wells. Then Alex Jackson, who was acquired in the trade with Cincinnati Reds for Jose Trevino, and Omar Martinez. 3 catchers are coming. Not named Austin Wells. Then your infielders, you got Roderick Arias, one of the top Yankees prospects; George Lombard Jr., one of the top Yankees prospects; Pablo Reyes, TJ Rumfield, Dominic Smith, who signed a minor league deal with the Yankees to be back at first baseman potentially, and Andrew Velasquez, who also coming back to the Yankees. So versatile, speedy infielder there. And then the outfielders, we got Brendan Davis, who the Yankees acquired in the trade; Duke Ellis, one of the fastest guys in baseball; Spencer Jones, one of the Yankees' uber prospects; and Ismael Munguia. If I mispronounce that last name, I apologize there. But those are the 26 guys that are non-roster invitees who are also coming to spring training. So I'm very much excited. I mean, last year, Spencer Jones opened up a lot of eyes in spring. But then he made some postural adjustments and stuff like that with his hands and his and it kind of didn't really do him some justice. It didn't really do him a lot of justice. He made the he went back to start what was working in the spring, and his strikeout rate started to go down, but that's one of the things he definitely needs to work on continually to improve, as well as his on contact rate. If he does that, it can draw huge dividends for the Yankees. So I'd be looking out for that. I'd be looking to see how George Lombard Jr. keeps progressing and Roderick Arias keeps progressing, and some of the big arms in the system keep progressing. Chase Hampton's got a good shot at making a team, as do quite a few others. So I'm excited about spring training, and I expect a couple of more names to be added to this roster over the next couple of days. You know, wherever Alex Bregman goes, another player could become expendable in a trade. So, you know, the Yankees have a couple options in free agency and a couple options via trade. But I expect them to add an arm because I think it's pretty clear, even to them, that the solutions here are not in-house. As much as, you know, we would like them to be, they're not here in-house. So I fully expect them to continue to try to put a new piece at third base when they fully expect to move Jazz to second. Now, if the better option in the trade becomes a second baseman, like a Nico Horner, then Jazz will probably likely play third. So, but that still remains to be seen. So stay tuned. Okay, I will keep you updated on all that stuff. But that's the list. Let me know what your thoughts are. And again, you know, how are you feeling about where we're at right now? encouraged by the moves that the Yankees have made. And again, we've said this before. I've said this before. The Yankees were top heavy last year. You had superstar Juan Soto with superstar Aaron Judge, and the star when he was healthy, Jen Carlson. And it was a pretty precipitous drop off on offensive production after that. Now you've got more length and balance to the lineup. Instead of having two guys with 40 to 50 home runs, you might have 6 or 7 with 25 to 30, 20 to 25, and a couple of those guys might be in the 40s. So I'll take that balance. I would. And it creates more opportunities for the Yankees to manufacture runs. And the defense is more fundamentally sound now strategically for that reason, right? They've added length to the pitching rotation and depth. They've added depth to the bullpen too. They got quite a few strikeout guys that, frustrated a lot of fans last year. We didn't really have that in the bullpen. Now we do. Big arms here. So I expect to see it. And again, I would also encourage folks to be patient too. Let the team's new identity formulate itself. It's going to have a different identity this year. A Soto-less identity. Okay, and I would not expect to throw all that pressure to Jason Dominguez to try to make fans forget about Juan Soto. I would encourage folks to let him just develop on his own. The same thing goes for Spencer Jones. Same thing goes for these other players. Let them develop on their own and become who they're going to be. Just like we did with Anthony Volpe, just like we did with Luis Hill, Austin Wells. I'm going to continue to add some of this youth here to the team. And a full year of Jason Dominguez and a full year of Jazz Chisholm, that excites me. Okay, when you add it to the Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt, and everybody else here, yeah, that excites me. So, and if they get somebody like a Nico Horner, that's going to excite me even more. Or somebody like that, okay? And anything that's going to make this offense better, because I do think they're one offensive piece away from really giving the Dodgers fits if they happen to meet them again in the World Series. But we have to get to the World Series first to get there, so do the Dodgers. So, but if we do happen to meet them again, we need to be as tough of an opponent as possible in the World Series. And that goes without saying for any opponent. It doesn't matter who we face. It could be the Diamondbacks, could be the whatever, the Giants, the Braves, the Phillies. We have to be as tough as we can possibly be to beat any of these teams. So another offensive piece here would be a good thing. And hopefully the Yankees will solidify that position and when it presents itself. And I've said this too, the Alex Bregman and the Scott Boras tandem has been holding up a lot of this market, and not only for agency, but in the trades. So, like I said, where he goes, if he goes to the Cubs, a player becomes available. If he goes to the Tigers, 1 or 2 players become available. If he goes back to the Astros, which I find less likely now, then a player likely becomes expendable. The same thing goes for the Red Sox. A player likely becomes expendable. So just something to think about as well. But stay tuned and come and join us, 4:30 p.m. today Eastern Time. Looking forward to it. Let's go, Yankees.